So we're taking the principles from the app development world into the SCADA world. And why? Because it works.
Right.
And it's good for the client.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of the Unofficial Ignition podcast. Today we are going to talk about how Enuda as an integration company started and our relationship to Ignition. I am as usually joined by Jan. Welcome Jan to the show.
Thank you very much.
And Jan, straight out of the box, what was your first encounter with Ignition?
It was back in 2016. I've been running my own company together with my wife since 2006. And in 2016, I was working for one of our clients, helping them as a product manager, integrating some business systems. And in the middle of that process, they realized that we need a new SCADA system. They had an old system and it needed a replacement. So we started looking around and I got involved in that process. And in the middle of that, we simply found Ignition by coincidence, I would say, to be very honest.
Did you Google or how?
Yeah, I think basically we Googled, yes, different SCADA systems. At the time, we would look at different systems, but we tried to see if is there something else out there. So we found this Ignition thing and had absolutely no idea what it was.
Yeah, and what to use it for.
And what to use it for. So we said, oh, okay, it looks like you can download a trial. Let's see if it's too good to be true. So we downloaded a trial and it looked like it worked. I was at the time working together with a young intern, a student called Matthias, who is now co-owner of the company. And I said to him, Matthias, looks like this could be interesting. Give it a go, see if you can get something up and running and see if you can connect something and just try to see what it is.
Right.
And I thought, well, he's an intern, he can be working on this for a week or so. He came to me an hour later, I got data. And I was just gobsmacked. So then what happened was that the client decided, let's give this a try. They put together a team and we decided on a pilot project. I was asked to run that. And I thought, this is cool. This is just very, very cool. And I realized, I looked around, talked to some of my other clients at the time, and realized there's nothing out there quite like this. And it's a cool platform to work with. So that's the start of Enuda. It's the start of our journey as an integrator. It started out with a client where we simply, by coincidence, found Ignition and ended up like this.
And did you stay industry specific, or how did that evolve?
That's an excellent question. And in the beginning, I was very much in doubt. So I'm a firm believer of the theory of being a big fish in a small pond. So instead of wanting to serve everybody with everything, we realized very, very quickly that we need to focus. And that's why we said when we started Enuda as an integrator company and we got certified by inductive automation and got approved and all that. So we said, if this is going to work, we have to focus on this. So the only thing we're going to do is building Ignition solutions, or solutions on the Ignition platform, which is very unusual in this line of business because most companies working with automation solutions, they have different vendors, different solutions. They do PLC coding, they do this and that. We only do Ignition platform work. That's the only thing we do.
Right.
So that's hence the idea of being a big fish in a small pond. On top of that, in the beginning, I was pretty convinced that working in a specific domain would be an advantage. And me coming out of the energy business, I thought, well, let's focus on that. And then, of course, what happens is that 2 months later, I get a call from something completely different that spoiled the strategy. So over the years, over the time that has passed, I've learned that this domain-specific thing is not so important.
And why is that? Why is this not an industry-specific?
Because two things I hear from the clients. One thing is that they very much appreciate that the only thing we do is Ignition coding. Which basically they have the perception that, hey, then you guys, you must be good at this. The second thing is that the questions are the same, the problems are the same, the business challenges they are facing are the same, more or less. So it doesn't really matter whether you are a utility company or a manufacturing company, whether you are very large or maybe not so large. It's the same business challenges they are facing. So the domain knowledge can be an advantage, but as
down the road maybe, but initially,
yeah.
So the company started as a big fish in a small pond, and then what else do you feel like is specific for you or for us as an integration company?
So from the very beginning, it has been important to me as the founder of the company to offer the clients something that's different. That's different compared to what is, let's say, normal in the SCADA environment.
The SCADA is changing, so why not
implementation? Exactly. Go all the way. So go all the way. So instead of being inspired by how do you normally run an automation company and build SCADA systems, I was very much in the early days inspired by how do you build modern IT solutions, especially the whole idea around app development. So what does that mean? It means that we are founded on Agile principles. Everything we do is based on Agile principles. So we are very much focused on doing something fast. We say fast and affordable, that's a claim from our side. We focus very much on delivering workable workable software instead of having very long development periods. So we work in short sprints, normally 2 weeks, maybe 3, but preferably 2 weeks. And then we have something to show to the client. We also use a lot of prototyping. Instead of building a lot of specifications and doing huge documentation around specs, we have more focus on build something, a prototype, go to the client, show it, is this what you're thinking? Have some input from the client and adapt, rinse and repeat, as they say.
Right.
So that's the Agile principles. And then we are a 100% remote company, or virtual company if you like. We don't have a headquarter. As such, well, of course the company has a legal place where it's located,
right,
for legal reasons. But otherwise, people are working from normally from co-working places. So everything we do is cloud-based, is a virtual work environment. That's extremely usual in the app development world, and likewise extremely unusual in the SCADA traditional world. So we're taking the principles from the app development world into the SCADA world. And why? Because it works.
Right.
And it's good for the client because it's effective, it's very efficient in the way that we're doing things. We very fast get to a point where the client says, wow, this is working, we have a prototype, something to build on.
Excellent. I think that's it for this week, Jan.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. See you next Monday.
Thank you.